white for you guys in honor of the camera guys. Okay, can't forget the camera guys, ever. All right, I thought our team did a pretty good job, except for a couple slow starts, but we were able to really put pressure on in games in both matches this past weekend. Crowd was great, fun weekend with football. Now we're off to New Mexico. So I'll explain. Originally, we were scheduled to go to Grand Canyon because they came here last year and we were going to return. Grand Canyon hired a new coach. He did not want to have a tournament because we were going back there because of Lauren Stivrins. And so this spring, New Mexico needed a team. They had a team drop out, so we joined it. It's a 3-day tournament. We're playing Montreal, the champions of Canada for the university system up there, on Thursday, Arkansas Friday, and New Mexico Saturday, and it is in the pit. For you, I don't know if some of you young guys may not know what the pit is, but when I grew up with basketball, the pit was famous, and I said the only way we're going there is if we played in the pit. That's all I got. Steve Sipple's back there Googling it right now. Yeah.
When you look back at the video from last weekend, what were some things you noticed that you wanted to focus on improving?
There's a lot of little things to fix, like our starting positions, our footwork, our block technique, where we put our hands, how we serve the ball. So just a lot of little things like that we're going to work on today and tomorrow. So typically, when I go back and look at all my previous practice plans on this week, we kind of call it Fix-It Week. So we kind of now know some things that, I don't know, it's things we train, but we're not doing a very good job of it, so we're going to go back and rehearse those this next couple days. Because I don't have film yet on Arkansas. We play another match Thursday, so it kind of gives us a day to fix things, where by the time we get to the Big Ten, it's all about preparing for 2 Big Ten teams every week. So this is kind of but those are some of the things that we want to work on. Our passing techniques, just really try to refine things. So it'd be like, for you golfers, going and taking a couple lessons and refining your swing.
Is it encouraging to you that at this early part of the season, you're tweaking little things instead of worrying about big things?
I don't know if that's encouraging. I just think, we're a little bit more of an experienced team, but we were doing the same thing this week last time. I mean, a year ago and a year before that and a year before that. Now, a year ago this week, though, we did change our lineup, but still we were working on the same things. I mean, I go back and always review each week what we were doing the last couple of years, and I just think you just got to kind of clean those things up, because that's what preseason is about, is cleaning those things up. And but there's a lot of areas we can get better. I mean, I'm going to show them stats today of where they're at statistically, or how they rank on our team, who the best passers are, who the best diggers are, who the best blockers are. So that's always a good wake-up call for them, because some of them might think, hey, I'm doing really good, and we're going to show them stats today. Or some might think maybe I'm not so good, and they'll be seeing, hey, I am doing well.
Who are your best passers?
Well, it depends on the day, but Kenzie right now Kenzie and Justine are the 2 most consistent, highest level passers, and Ani and Katie are right behind them. Andy's got to get a little bit better, but I still think she's working through nerves, and of course Olivia hasn't had that many opportunities. But those are our primary, but Justine and Kenzie are really elite level passers.
John, how have the transfers and freshmen really affected your lineup this season?
I think, Andy and Bree are both experienced players and they're older. So they're joining a team that's pretty mature with three seniors that have played every match pretty much their whole career here. So I think that is, as opposed to having to play a freshman in there, I just think it's a good fit because of that. They're experienced, they're more mature, they're not going through the freshman stuff. Yeah, so it's been a very, very, I don't think there's a day that's gone by that I thought, oh, Bree and Andy are transfers. It's just like, it seems like they have been here forever. And both of them have the personality that fits in really well here, especially Andy, because Bree's been here a year, but she's She reminds me a lot of Angie Oxley. Called Angie Oxley the stealth, because you look at her like you don't think she's playing that good. I'm ready to yank her, and I look, she's hitting 444. It's just like you look at her stats like, you kidding me? So she's one of those types of players that she doesn't stand out. Bree makes big plays, Amber makes big plays, but she just has really good stats at the end of the day.
John, last week you talked about the experience and how the team really bought in and worked even harder this offseason. Does that carry over in terms of attitude, like taking every match, maybe not getting comfortable with where you're at in terms of where you're ranked and all that stuff?
I think so, because I think, Katie tweeted this a couple weeks ago. We know what the end goal is. It's what we do day by day, and they're very motivated right now and have been. And we got done with weights this morning. They're down there busting it. There's not a day that's gone by where I thought these guys are, they think they've got this figured out. They're really, really working hard. But I think, again, it's great work that Brett Haskell and Brian did this summer with their themes and getting them to understand the mindset they have to have this season.
Coach, you were in Oregon last week and New Mexico this upcoming week. Does all this travel affect the girls?
Well, we're always traveling in non-conference. We can't host. I would love to host every match at home, but we can't get enough teams to come here, so we have to travel. But last year we went down to Texas, and then we went to Iowa State and up to Omaha, so that wasn't too bad. But I think it's just part of the deal. We open our first 3 Big Tens on the road. Now the difference is we charter those, so it's a little bit easier. But we got to get used to being on the road. So I like how our non-conference sets up.
If one day in practice, like the focus isn't there or the effort isn't there, who's maybe someone on the team where you don't have to say anything, they can just say it, and everybody, shapens up?
We haven't got to that point yet, so I don't know. But typically it's Justine. Justine, I call her Coach Justine now because she wants to be a coach, and she just knows when it's time to say something and call them in. But like I said, there hasn't been a day yet that's happened.
Do you know anything about how college volleyball is in Canada? Australia?
I really don't. So we know nothing about them. So it's an exhibition, so we're just going to use it as a warm-up match for those other guys and get used to playing at altitude and in the pit.
Do you plan on using it as a chance to try some different lineup things or give some players some more experience?
I'd like to, yeah. So, but I want to get everybody comfortable playing in there because we have Arkansas just went 5 with Kansas. So and New Mexico's going to be at home. That's going to be. They could have a huge crowd there. Albuquerque has traditionally been a very big volleyball town, and they've had big crowds there. They've hosted the Junior Olympics there, so it's a volleyball city, and they could have. This will probably be a big deal. So we've got to get comfortable and prepared to play 2 great matches.
Talk more about the travel and stuff. What are some of the things you do to help the girls adjust kind of with the travel?
Well, routine. We try to stay in our routine as much as we can. They'll tell you we're fanatics about it, and stay hydrated. That's the other big thing. We talk to them about it in the hotel room. They want to, want to try to get their hotel room colder so they'll sleep better. Because some hotel rooms, if you don't know how to turn on the air or whatever, it can get really hot, and that dehydrates them. So just a lot of little things like that. What we eat on the road is very important. So all those things go into, might be 1 or 2 points, but it's really important, and routine is the biggest thing.
Have you attended a basketball game at the pit?
No, I have not. It would be cool. We played down there a few years ago. I don't remember 2010 or something, and we played in this old. It was like combination of Maple Lee and Coliseum. It was. I said we're not playing there again. No air conditioning. It was miserable, and so they're moving this to the pit.
John, you probably answered this a bunch of times, but is there a different dynamic being number 1 and the mentality that you see in these players being at the top of the heap?
No, we don't talk about it. It just never comes up. I'm sure they see it and hear about it, but, and we're announced as defending national champions, but we're just trying to focus day by day. I actually showed them a video last week of the movie Ben-Hur, the old version, not the new version, and the guys just won a big battle, and they were getting ready to go out in front of the crowd, and you see in the clip, their guys behind the chariot are whispering to them, and I showed it to the girls, and I told them, I said, what they're saying is, don't listen to them, don't believe it, because once you start thinking you've got it and you're a hero and all that, you're going to get knocked off. And so we try to do things like that to remind them, hey, it's about day by day, the most important things in the next match and what we're going to do in the next point. So, again, I got a group that I think understands that.
How many fans do you think Nebraska fans will be in New Mexico?
Well, there was a lot in Oregon. I was shocked how many were in Oregon. So our fans love to travel. I think Albuquerque this time of year might be a cool place to go because I think people might go up to Tahoe's and hang out up there. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see 300 Nebraska fans. Okay, guys, have a good day. Say hi to Coach Riley.